Yeah, I mean, I remember I was in the fourth quarter. I was talking to Peyton Peters on the bench, and I'm like, man, playing in the league game right now. Both teams trying to get to the Big Ten championship. It's snowing. It's end of November. Like stuff you dream about. So kind of daydream a little bit on the sideline, but it means so much. Being a Columbus kid, been a Buckeye fan since I was a kid, so it's awesome. So happy for him. Coach Day is an amazing leader. He's an amazing coach. Um, I think a lot of people have stuff to say about this game when it comes to him, and I think he proved the point today.
Cameron T. Robinson, the athletic.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just feels good to know you can kind of win in different environments or different teams. I think they came out here at least for the defense side of the ball here and try to out physical us, and we out physical them. So it feels good to know that we're capable of doing that. Especially in the past few weeks, I feel like we haven't really played a team that was a matchup game. So it felt good to go out and play a real true matchup game and just dominate.
Steve Means, Cleveland.com. Brandon Brown. Pressure looking off of them from the game. That's how you like that game.
No, I mean, I think Coach Day is the kind of guy. He's always on the chase. As soon as we won last year and we came back in for our meetings for the next season, you could tell he was on the chase, trying to get back to where we just came from. I think obviously this game feels good. This is one of our main three goals. Haven't been able to get it the past few years, so it feels good to get it. But I think it's just bringing us into like what's coming up next in the bigger goals.
More Sonny Bill Landis.
It's awesome. It's like a sense of ease. He brings poise to the sideline. He's awesome. I've always said Coach Tricia, the best thing about him is he's a teacher. And the way he's able to articulate his thoughts and help all of us understand, what's going on and what we're thinking next. And, just we're staying on our toes when he's out there.
And hey, Chuck, Bill, and you national guys, you have questions? Go ahead, Matt.
What has made this defense take that step up?
Uh, I think it's a lot has to do with Coach Patricia. I think he's a great coach, great teacher. He's making us a smarter defense. He does a good job teaching fundamentals, and then that kind of sprinkles out through all the rest of the coaches. So he's done an amazing job, and then just instilling the mindset.
Make one more, anybody? Jeff, go ahead.
Describe the lift you get have a Parnell and Jeremiah.
Yeah, I mean, we knew they were gonna figure out if they're gonna play or not, but I think we have a lot of confidence going in the game whether they play or not. At least for the defense side of the ball, we feel like we're gonna win the game on defense no matter what. But obviously having two elite receivers out there helps a lot.
And final question, Chuck Colton.
Is this the kind of defense, has it become the kind of defense where if they had scored a late meaningless touchdown, you'd still been mad over it?
Yeah, of course. We're mad about every point. We don't want to give anyone anything. We gotta make them earn it.
Sonny, thank you very much. All right, we'll be back to the coach here shortly, guys. No, but we'll have thanks. So this, folks.
And it's going pretty violent.
Well, I'm happy for our players. I'm happy for the coaches, um, all the fans who were at the game. Man, it was great to see all the fans, stay all the way towards the end and cheer on our team. And here in the OHIO, right here in the stadium, it was a great moment for our players. They deserve it. They worked hard. I thought they played really well and strong and physical in this game. And I'm happy for our coaches. Um, but again, like I said, the fans, even who weren't here, they'll be able to wear that Blanco and, stand a little proud of it. And so that means a lot to me. It means a lot to the coaching staff, to the players, and my family. Um, so, I've thought, as you can imagine, over the years, after winning this game, what I'd say in this press conference, and I'm going to save all those comments because I think the best thing to do is win with humility, and that's what we're going to do. And I think it speaks to our program. It speaks to what it means to be a Buckeye, and we wanted to take this rivalry game back this year. And so the way that our guys played certainly spoke to that, and they played with great passion, great physicality, and I was disappointed that we didn't get in down there and finish a couple of those drives early, or else the scoreboard would have looked even differently than it was. But um, but that's the rivalry game, and um, you know, I'm just happy again for our players. It's a great win, and when you think about where we were at this point last year to all the way to now, there's been a lot of great football. And, it's all about our players. And let's talk about like Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate, what Sean Barnhouse and Adam Stewart did to help them get to be able to play in this game. Just tremendous, tremendous. I mean, if you really know how much work they put in to get on the field and how gutsy they are, and, I'm sure the fans and everybody would just appreciate what they did in going out there and putting it on the line. And then how about the defense? Just the physicality, the line of scrimmage, running from sideline to sideline, making plays. Um, it was just great. They had a great look in their eye. I don't think there was any doubt we walked into the stadium what was going to happen. When you get to this point of the season, there's just a lot of things on these weeks that, with Thanksgiving and how it works, you have to do a lot of walkthrough work towards the end of the weekend. But honestly, Jeremiah was very, very limited. So for him to play the way he did, with really not getting many reps all week, it's just a tribute to him. And then, the throw that Julian made on that ball was tremendous. But um, that was a play that we had walked through. If we felt like the situation called for it at the right moment, you just never know what type of situation you're going to get in a game. So you have to have a lot of options. And some of the things you can practice, but some of them you can't. That wasn't a play that we got a ton of practice in this week, really at all. But we talked about it, we walked through it, and that's again, you got to give our guys credit for putting it on the field. But we felt like it was an aggressive call that we wanted to make in that moment, and so we did. And man, they put it on the field in a big way. But but the protection was good, and obviously the throw and catch was excellent.
Is it light? It said that it's kind of, yes.
It was, as you can imagine, just um, it'll be a great memory of mine just being in there with those guys and enjoying the win and seeing them smile and knowing what they just did on the field. Um, I'll leave what we said in the locker room until Bill writes another book and tells a story on this one, I guess. But no, it was just happy for our guys just to see the smiles on their faces and see the sense of accomplishment. The fact that we were going to play in this game really, really hard for the love of our brother, not for the hatred of our opponent. That wasn't what it was about, and that's what they did on the field. And then all the hard work. And they have phones and they read things and hear things, and so they know how important this is, and this is the number one goal of our program. So to get this one checked, and now gives us an opportunity to get to number two, and that's in Indianapolis next week, and we're already fired up about that in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Sure.
Gone through a lot.
Well, yeah, to tell you that the last 4 years have been easy is not true. I take the responsibility of being the head coach at Ohio State very, very seriously. So did my family, so did the players, so did the coaches. So, when you don't accomplish those things, you take it personally, and I understand what that means. I mean, my family's been here 9 years now, so there's nobody who wants to win this game more than me. But to win this game, it's just a great moment, and I'm just it's one of those moments that you want to just grab on for a while and just enjoy it because just to see the joy in everybody's face is really what this thing's all about. That's what being a head coach is. When it's not about you, it's not about raising trophies, it's not about winning games, it's about pouring back into the people that are around you. When I say people, it's the players, it's the coaches, it's their families, and the fans, and that's what it is. And winning just gives us an opportunity to continue to do that and make an impact. And I think everyone and the fans and all of our supporters can recognize all the work that gets put in. And when it doesn't go the right way, you know, nobody wavered. We hung in there, and it isn't easy. Nothing about this profession is easy, but proud of the men that we have, um, and happy that they got this one.
Plays for ER, rank among driving.
Yeah, I'll have to think that through when you just said that. I guess, yeah, is that the one we scored on, or we kick a field goal? Oh, yeah, still, that won't rank anyway, except kick a field goal. It's not going to work. You can't, you can't have 20 plays and not score a touchdown. When we talk throughout the year, I know that you guys have been in these press conferences when we talk about what we're trying to get accomplished. And, I always say, yeah, this is all great, but how's it going to look when it's snowing sideways Saturday after Thanksgiving? And that's exactly what it looked like today. It was snowing sideways. And that's the type of game you have to win. If we're playing this game at an indoor stadium somewhere, it's different. It's different. But that's what this game takes, and that's what we did. And we won the line of scrimmage, and it was well done by the guys. But and we felt like if we could get it to a three-score game, it was going to be hard for them to come back. We felt like the defense was playing strong, and as much as we want to score touchdowns, like 3 scores in that game was going to become a lot. So, the 3rd and 5, we tried to throw the ball in the flat to the fullback. It was probably conservative, but at that point with the snow and it looked like we can kick the field goal. Great to see Jade make those kicks. I mean, that's another story here, last year and this year. And he had a great look in his eye this week, and those make a big difference, right? I mean, we field all the kicks. We, make the field goals. We, make when we had the opportunities to make the shots down the field, we threw and caught them. Those, and then that all adds up in the end. But we also converted, I guess, 10 third downs and 2 of 4 on third down. So 12 of 20 between the two of them. Those were big deals as well. So a lot to it. And then I guess on defense, they were 1 of 9 on third down, and 0 of 1 on fourth down. So the defense did a great job on third down as well. We talk about winning the situations. Those were some big ones that came up in this game. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't a panic. Um, yeah. When I saw the first run, I said, "You got to kid me, right now. Like this is not expected at all." And then we throw the pick, and he comes off and thought it was cover one, and it was cover two, and I'm like, "Geez, okay, that's not what we wanted for start." But I didn't. I never felt panicked. I felt like, all right, we're going to rally back on this thing, and the defense stepped up in a big way, and forced field goals in those spots, and those are all 4-point plays. And when you can hold guys to 3 points early in the game, and then you get a turn, and then we have that big drive, and we just keep battling and score. Well, now again, we get down on there in the 1 yard line and don't get in. I mean, that was frustrating, and so you kind of going back and forth. But again, there was no panic on our side, and again, I think the communication and the chemistry between the players and the coaches is very good right now because when there's confusion, that's when there can be infighting, and all of a sudden guys start to act a certain way. That didn't happen at all. Um, And so we had a lot of confidence coming into it. And even after a slow start, we felt good.
Hey Ryan, I don't want to take you back to maybe a less fun time than it was a year ago, but when you think about what happened last,
Okay, all right, you can't ruin today for me, brother.
um, but where you were last year and everything that has happened since you walked off the field in Columbus a year ago, when you think about the personal transformation of your reputation personally and what something like this means, this is the last thing that people can say about you. I mean, what does this mean for you personally? I know you were asked that already, but how much does your reputation and everything that you go through mean for building the program into the best program in college football?
Yeah, I don't get too caught up in that. What matters to me is my family, these guys right here. Like I care what these guys think. But I will, but there's no question that the fans and all of our supporters, what this means a lot to us. And so that's what hurt the last couple of years more than anything. And you could see in my face the last couple of years, you just feel like you're letting everybody down, and that's just not a good feeling. So you work like hell to make sure that you do everything you can to get your guys prepared. And that's all you can do. And that's exactly what happened here. It was a build up all year, and man, our guys really captured the moment, and played great. All right, guys, thanks.
Great answer. Perfect.
I didn't give it the goodest guys, and I thought I had Jeremiah Sigurd up for one, and I ended up throwing out there. Just more was able to come up and be upsetting. So I think it was just our whole mindset before that, stay even keel, keep swinging, keep battling. We weren't gonna let we knew who did first. We weren't gonna let it phase us. First game to the second play of the game. So we got to keep battling, and I think as an offense, we just that's our whole mindset, just keep battling. Yeah, I think having Jeremiah Colonel back, it was awesome to have those actually get out there, and he ran a great route, and I feel like the whole sound was like, just waiting on him in the air. I was hanging up in the air for a little bit, but he made a great catch. Just having those guys back is awesome to be the special league receivers.
All right, let me. I'm curious. What it's been like. Trying to make it a game. Offers have to win, and that is why. What is that?
Yeah, I think it was awesome just because, when I first got here, I was taught the tradition of this and how much it means to Buckeye Nation, how much it means to the state of Ohio. So, we definitely want to take it team based 1 week at a time, but we keep coming. And it was awesome to have our fans there, we ended up clearing out the stadium, having all red out there, so it was awesome.
Caden, I think they had 108 rushing yards in the second quarter. I think they finished with 100. Just what was it that made the difference for you guys after those first few drives to really shut down their run game?
Just consistency. I mean, just playing the game we play and just keep fighting every quarter. And we knew we were going to have to win in the second half, and I feel like that's what we did.
Really, we heard you throughout the whole season, so when guys look around you, it felt like you had kind of a calming presence when you were in the huddle. Has that felt like that always for you this season? Were there moments, whether it's Texas and the game down where you felt the dinner kind of grown in that area? Or not? I feel like the day one is been for you.
I feel like that's something I've tried to, keep consistent throughout the whole season, and keep, from day one. And I think as an offense, a lot of the guys on our offense are very calm. We're not ones who are going to get phased by a little bit of adversity. We're going to keep swinging, and that's really our mindset is, with Coach Hart, and they've instilled in us.
I mean, it's definitely something I'll always remember. I mean, it's great to come up here and do it too. So, I mean, I'm definitely excited about that. And, I mean, next week's the first time playing in that one too. So, we got more to do. A lot. Definitely a lot.
Julian, I call you the California surfer. Thank you, it was great.
It was funny, like around like the second or third quarter, I was kind of looking around and seeing all the snow coming down, and I think I told some teammates, I was like, "This looks pretty cool. It's pretty fun." Like just seeing the snow on the ground, and I think we practiced and tried to prepare for this weather, get acclimated to it. I think the guys did a great job. Yeah, we put our defense in a really bad spot with that interception. They ended up forcing three, so I think it was, just no panic. And when we're down six, let's go down and score, get seven, take the lead. And credit to our defense, obviously, when they played great all game. But, to the three there really just gave us a lot of confidence.
I mean, it feels great. I mean, we always come out knowing that we can be the best defense in college football when we want to play the right way and play our game. And we knew our offense come out swinging, so we knew whatever they brought to us, that we were going to stop. And I feel like we just came out there and played as hard as we could and as fast as we could, and we kind of were just on top of it all day.
Yeah, for Julian, just talk about this offensive line's performance today. You had clean pockets all day back there, and felt like ran the ball well. Just what'd you see from the front line?
Yeah, I think those guys played really physical, and I think all season long they've just had an edge to them and played nasty. And just being able to run inside zone when we have RPOs out there, we hand it off, we get 7 yards, and just you see guys getting thrown on the ground. It's like it's awesome.
Where that your headset stopped working during the game? When did that occur, and how did you kind of have to adjust to that situation?
Yeah, right at the beginning of the fourth quarter, that stuff stopped working. I think it was funny. I told somebody, I was like, it's good that actually football. I was running over the sideline to Coach Day, good play, and then run back. So, I think it was just we were prepared, and we had a good plan going into it, but we had to adjust the clock.
Yes, Julian, just that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome to see. Just the physicality that the runners ran with and the offensive line had. And we wanted to, end the game on our terms and, keep running the ball and milk the clock and be able to pick up first down and slow the defense down. I think it was awesome to see those guys run, just do really did a good job.
Feel like we still have that mentality. I mean, obviously, we kind of know what we can and we know what we can continue to do. So we just got to keep having that mentality and keep fighting every day and just get better every day.
Yeah, you've heard from a lot of players talking about the phenomenal play that I'm doing Sanders out there. Do you think he should be the Heisman favorite? And right.
I mean, yeah, but he's just such a great player, such a smart player. He knows how to win, and I mean, I feel like that's no much more. So you just got to keep continuing to do it.
Probably high school football, like it's like 50 degrees in high school football. Wasn't like this. So I would say it's not there was not similar at all. So I think just the practice throughout the week and being able to prep and having a good plan for it. Being able to keep the hands warm, keep just keep the body weight. It's probably check that.
You're good. Thank you. All Jack. Here.
Oh, it's
We're good. Here. So,
Different.
Oh yeah, it's really a dream come true just being able to go there, go in there, and win and get come over there. It's very important that running back is versatile and be able to do a lot of different things.
Please. Stop getting that. What did you discuss?
I mean, you always come into this game, you know they're gonna have something schemed up that's gonna hit, and you just got to be able to step up the next play and figure it out on the sidelines. And I feel like we did a good job of getting over the sidelines and figuring it out, and just playing football. I mean, we're a bunch of guys out there that love the game, and we just do our job. And when we all 11 do our job, it's great to see. Um, I mean, we definitely knew we had to keep him contained. We knew he was a mobile guy, and we knew it was his first game too, in this scenery and just how hostile it gets. So we knew we had to keep him contained, and we just had to make him play quarterback. And I feel like that we did a good job of that, and I feel like we had him rattled at times.
Hey, you spoke kind of out for a couple weeks ago. This with the thing that's missing, you got that big championship missing. They went over Michigan, and of course they did shape. You know, does it feel like what you thought it would be? In this and that, you know, West State.
Yes, I mean, I definitely feel it's really good to come up here and kind of physically dominate them like we did today, and kind of just play the game that we came in here wanting to play. And I feel like we definitely got way more on the table, and we just have so much more to prove. And this team is just has such a great story that would need to be told. I'm warm on the sidelines. I know they're out there working hard, but I mean it's nice to sit on the sidelines. I mean watching film, kind of getting the little game bites that we need, and just having a great time over there. Honestly, sitting on the warm benches. There you go.
Well, how can you say about your offensive line that they describe what it was like? Did they get stronger as they
Like I said, all year they've been getting better week by week. They've been working very hard. So yeah, that's the these are all one. So,
all right?
yes, sir. Yeah, like I said, mhm. Like, it's great to be able to dominate and pound every down the field like that.
So Coach Ray's talked a lot, you know, especially early season about wanting to improve the run game and getting it. That's where they call it strong football. How good does it feel to get to the point in the regular season and have a performance out of the
It feels really good, but you know we got to keep on building off this going into the NBA, going into the play.
This was good. When did you
Uh, really have the first call coming into the game. We got to get started early and then be able to play out the game.
I think it's been a challenge there, been hanging on the football, start snowing and stuff. What were you telling yourself all day about getting on the balls?
Oh man, I'm in number one job running back is just on the ball. That's our job. So, and then playing that other match, practice in the rain. So yeah. Yeah, of course it was fun. Rotating back again. Yeah, everybody rotating in. And yeah, putting in work. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I think